a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Lacey.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Might be changing the route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Bring in the heat. Finds his man. It's dribbling. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Lining up from the 34 on first down. They'll go back to the ground. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Breaks into the open. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Takes it the other way. He's at the... And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Aggies.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You got to keep going.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Watkins. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Finding them. They'd love to get a drive going here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
And you know what? The best third down offense is don't get the third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard, got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on second down?
Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. On the option. They'll go to the ground. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires left. Complete on the comeback. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
The Rebels had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Now adjusting. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
From the shotgun, the inside give. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Touchdown, Ole Miss! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They march 78 yards down the field. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Coming out with it, it's Bussey. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
Man, these tight ends are such matchup nightmares. They can run so many different routes. And how about you throw in the corner route where you can throw it up to the big fella, where you've worked on your timing, you've moved him all over the field and had success. Great throw.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Got it behind the line. It's Owens. At the 40, there he goes. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
This running back is so dangerous. He's going to hurt you running the ball, but they find creative ways to get him the ball in the passing game as well. Beautiful job setting up the screen. He was acting as if he was blocking, let the defender run right by him, and then he made magic happen after he had the ball in his hands.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Texas A&M going quickly. They'll run play action. Oh, they're after him. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And he falls on top of his own fumble, and the offense will retain possession. Tried to get there by himself, and he is stopped short, and it'll be 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. Not a chance. Missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Might be calling a hot route. Out of the gun, the inside give. Got enough for the first. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lacey. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Texas A&M. The defense putting points on the board.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Alexander. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Fires to the big fella. There he goes! Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield. It's Lacey. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
He lets it fly. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Rebels. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
quarterback's ability to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. Got room to work. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you've seen the great A&M teams.
Turning it on! Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking for a man. It's Reed. Got it in the middle. It's Craver. Bounced off his feet. The Aggies want to move quickly. On 3rd and long. Try to convert through the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
To the air on 2nd down. Right on target this time. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
The give on the option. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Can't get him to the ground. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him. And then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Rebels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The Rebels can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Let's go. Scanning the field, it's Reed. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. Defense looks like they're coming. They'll move the wide receiver. Got it, looking for the 1st down. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in the rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Keeps looking downfield. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
What a great job defending the comeback there by the defender, right? He was able to squat, transition, break on the ball, and knock it down. Could not have played that better.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Unloads to the right. Intercepted deep in his own end.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Diggs. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up.
Okay, let's go. I want to see your team celebration dance.
Now they'll run the draw. Running to Green. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
They'll send the back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. The short hands, it's Lee. Breaks into the open. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. And now on second down for this offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here's the give off the left side. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Yeah, stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Pulls it in. It's Concepcion. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Looking to throw, it's Reed. Snagged out of the air. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Looking to buy time. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
That really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Rebels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a fourth down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Running back searching for a hole. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And as he throws, and the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Off play action. Makes the catch. It's Taylor. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Fires to the big fella. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle.
Oh, he's got some space. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. How about the wheels on this A&M quarterback channeling his inner John football?
Man, John football was as exciting as it gets, and college football took notice. The Aggies were talked about in the news all the time. They need that guy at that spot to return if they want to be a national championship contender again.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, and we've got fast guys too. And that time, that was a great play call defensively.
Looking to pass. It's Reed. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And it's right down the boulevard. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damage.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's high. There he goes. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Wallace. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
They'll move the tight end. Rides the back and leads it. Runs through the tackle. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Under fire. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Taylor. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
The offense changing the play. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Caught close to the marker, it's dribbling. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Got some room to run. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Looking to throw, it's Reed. Dumps it to the back. That's caught. It's Owens. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Wants to go up top on first down. With the catch, it's Owens.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
And the Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. He lofted high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
This quarterback part of their running game. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Motion from the wideout. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
They'll give it to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And another mistake from this quarterback. That's back-to-back drives now that have resulted in interceptions. He's got to find a way to find something different, get in a better rhythm, start seeing the field better, Palmer, because he's not in a flow right now.
No, David, it looks like he's forcing the football a little bit, maybe trying to make up.
Turning it on! They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating.
Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That should move them closer to this elusive 2nd win of the year as they build this 4th quarter lead. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently, does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. One little mistake in your kick coverage unit against this dude, and you are in a world of trouble, and they were barely able to keep him from scoring. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Throws to the back. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Takes it back to the 24-yard line, and this defense loves to feast on takeaways. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Taking it the other way. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense got it. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
This senior shows some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down. Do set him down after the completion. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield on first down. Finds a man on the left. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. South Carolina is on the wrong end of a one-sided affair today, and if you'll pardon the pun, the chickens are going to come home to roost this week in Columbia. They're trailing by 14 to Notre Dame. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger step.
Breaks into the open. Puts him in the spin cycle. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Aggies come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll ride the hot hand. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Looks as if he's going to run it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got the ball in midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Got it in the middle, it's Owens. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Inside the 30. Oh, he's got some space.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? 4th down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game, David.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical, watch it go to zeros.
A first down run in the red zone. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. out of the gun. They'll run it inside. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. The give to the back. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins.